They used to call us criminals. Now they call us innovators. Same game, different tools. Back then, control was measured in muscle. Now it's measured in data. Back then, we ruled the streets. Now the streets are digital. Blockchain alleys and encrypted backrooms. They say crime evolves, but what they don't tell you is that power evolves faster. I remember the first time I heard about Bitcoin. It was 2011. Some kid at a poker table in Atlantic City said, "Money's going digital, old man. Cash is dead." I laughed, because I'd seen fads come and go. E-gold, Liberty Reserve, PayPal scandals. But then I watched the price go from cents to thousands, and I realized something terrifying. The next empire wouldn't be built in blood. It would be built in code. The mob I know used to control neighborhoods. Now they control networks. They don't shake down shop owners. They run crypto exchanges. They don't smuggle drugs. They move data. And the craziest part? It's all legal. At least it looks that way. When Bitcoin was born, people thought it was freedom, a revolution against banks, governments, and middlemen. And for a while it was a decentralized dream. But every dream becomes a business, and every business eventually becomes a system of control. The old Mafia used to run protection rackets. Pay us and you stay safe. The new Mafia runs protocols. Use our platform and you stay relevant. It's the same playbook, only now they call it blockchain governance. You want to know what real power looks like? It's not holding a gun. It's holding the private keys to $10 billion in crypto. One click and the world trembles. These aren't gangsters in suits anymore. They're developers, CEOs, and anonymous avatars with cartoon profile pictures. They sit behind laptops instead of limousines, and they control empires you'll never see. The FBI once spent decades chasing wiretaps and paper trails. Now they're chasing wallet addresses and hashes. But the new bosses, they're smarter. They hide behind layers of encryption, decentralized IDs, and offshore DAOs that exist in jurisdictions no law has reached yet. You can't arrest code. You can't subpoena an algorithm. You can't shoot a blockchain. That's why they don't need bullets anymore, just Bitcoin. I've seen this pattern before. Every generation creates its own version of the mob. In the 1920s, it was alcohol. In the 1970s, it was cocaine. In the 2020s, it's information. Data is the new narcotic, and the dealers are everywhere. Every tap on your phone, every login, every face scan, it's all stored, sold, analyzed, and weaponized. Not by gangsters with guns, but by corporations with algorithms. And yet they operate under the same principle we once did. Control the flow, control the people. People think decentralization means freedom, but the deeper you look, the more you realize someone's still pulling the strings. Look at the crypto whales. The top 1% own more than half the supply. That's not democracy, that's digital feudalism. And the kings don't wear crowns. They wear hoodies and speak at tech conferences. They talk about empowering the people, but behind the scenes, they manipulate markets, fund shadow projects, and build networks that rival governments in power and secrecy. This isn't finance, it's the new organized crime. Take the dark web. In the old days, you'd meet your contact in an alley. Now, you meet him in an encrypted chat. You don't pay with cash. You pay in Monero or Bitcoin mixes, untraceable, untouchable. They call it cybercrime, but I call it evolution. When the FBI shut down Silk Road, they thought they'd killed the Hydra, but cut off one head and 10 more appear. Smarter, faster, decentralized. The new Mafia doesn't just deal drugs or weapons, they deal truth. They manipulate social media, flood markets with disinformation, and control public sentiment like a symphony. You think you're forming opinions, but someone's already decided what you'll believe. That's power, and it's cleaner than ever. No blood, no fingerprints, no bodies. Just influence, executed through screens. You might be wondering, where are the governments in all this? They're in on it. When they couldn't kill crypto, they decided to join it. Central bank digital currencies, blockchain IDs, biometric wallets. They call it progress, but I call it the ultimate shakedown. In the old days, we watched over neighborhoods. Now, they'll watch over every transaction you make, forever. Crypto was supposed to make us free. Instead, it made us traceable. So here we are, a world where billion-dollar wallets disappear overnight, where anonymous groups move markets with a single tweet, where nations fear a 22-year-old hacker more than a standing army. This isn't the future, it's the present. And if you think you're not part of it, you're already on the ledger. I've seen power rise, mutate, and reinvent itself. Every time we think we built something unstoppable, someone finds a way to own it. Crypto was meant to destroy the old system. Instead, it became the foundation of the new one. Different players, same game. The suits became coders. The guns became algorithms. The rackets became platforms. But the rules, they never changed. Control the money, control the fear, control the narrative. So when you hear them say, we're building a decentralized utopia, remember this: the real mob never advertised their power. They hid it behind good intentions. Today's bosses don't break laws, they write them in code. And they don't need bullets anymore, just Bitcoin.